Well, we're back here with Rita Harvey and my co-host, Amy Broza. Amy, what Broadway shows have you starred in?
I'll get back to you about
Weren't we on Broadway Avenue in Long Branch
I
one time,
was,
think
and
we were.
I played a couple.
I saw you.
I'll get back to you.
Well, Rita, you know, when we read all your credits, I mean, it's just remarkable the things that you've done. But what's going on now? I mean, I think we're always looking for the next thing, right? You know?
Yeah, the next thing. I'm doing this show around as much as I can. I call it I Know These Things. And it is quite an eclectic group of songs. I did it at 54 Below recently in the city, in New York City. I did it at the Turning Point up in Piermont, New York. And
now it's the big time here at the Supper Club,
now
right?
it's and now I've
that, those were
arrived.
just
Wow.
merely warm up, out of
Now
town,
is when I have arrived.
small market things.
I truly believe that.
New York City, small
Broadway,
market.
Broadway.
Yeah, come on.
Forget it. This is where this is where it's at. And I have this amazing group of musicians playing with me. Rave Tessar, it's the Rave Tessar Trio. His brother Bill, Rave is the piano player, his brother Bill is the drummer, and Patrick Stanfield Jones on guitar. They're just phenomenal. So we kind of do our own spin on a bunch of these songs. There are Broadway tunes, but there's also pop tunes. There's a little classical, a little opera surprise. I like to call it.
You got to show off at least a little bit there,
you know,
sister.
that's
Come on
my
now.
background. And you got to do some Phantom, so there'll be some Phantom in there. Some Fiddler on the Roof, because I played the role of Huddle on Broadway.
Oh, great.
And,
well, that must have been amazing for you.
it was. I got to
Growing
work
up, listening to it, and then all of a
I
sudden
know,
there
and
you
then
are,
there it was.
right?
Oh, goosebumps every rehearsal. It was amazing. And I got to work with Alfred Molina and Harvey Firestein, and
Wow.
to do that scene with them.
So did you go after it because it was that, or it was just another audition kind of thing?
You know, it was surprising. The person really kind of responsible for me working a lot is a dear friend of mine. Excuse me. His name is Kevin Stites. He's a conductor on Broadway, and I've known him since I lived in Chicago. And I coach with him often, and he helped me, made some calls and helped me get an audition for Phantom in the first place. And I was coaching with him one day, and he said, "You need to go in for Fiddler now." And I said,
wow.
"Really? Me?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm not, I don't look Jewish." He said, no, they're going for a real Northern Russian look, and that is me.
When I saw you come in, I thought, boy, Northern
You
Russian.
think-
Northern Russian.
Right,
It's a
you're
shame
right.
this
That's
isn't
the first
TV.
thing you think of.
I was thinking actually Southern Russian, but yeah,
Mid-Russian.
I was all
So, yeah,
latitudes.
I end up, with auditions and callbacks and Fiddler on the Roof. It was so exciting.
Well,
Wow.
we're despite the fact that I'll be playing piano behind you, I was hoping that you would do a song for us.
Yes.
I think we
One
might
of
be
my
able to do
very,
that.
very favorites. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place beyond the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, if birds can fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't
Rita Harvey. I thought you were just kidding about all that Broadway stuff. I didn't know you could actually do it. I blew that little middle part. You noticed that, right? Right? You just coming before. But I did the old adage in the world of a musician is if you don't know what's coming next, don't do anything. So I kind of dropped out to get that a little extra feeling from you. So tell us a little bit more about how you put this show together, though. Is this something you've done yourself? Do you have
I did it
advisors?
myself.
What do we have going here?
Did it myself. Often people will get directors, and I considered that. I actually kind of, I coach through it with people who do that sort of thing. But it was something I wanted to say in my own way.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a director. I really, it's funny, the way it came about was my guitar player, Patrick, who will be here, he and I thought, let's do a duet show. Let's do this duet show, and he does shows himself. He's a singer himself and a songwriter. And, they were looking for acts where we live, and I said, well, here's some ideas for some songs. And he looked at it and said, oh, there's a theme here. This is your show. I'm not part of this. This is your show. And really, the theme turns out to be kind of finding your own voice, metaphorically and literally. I have so many styles of music that I love. And, what is my specific sound? Is it the opera classical? Is it the pop? Is it musical theater? And, it's kind of all of it.
Well, we'll be here, and when the show's over, I'll tell you what it is.
You let me know.
Okay.
Amy and I will just chip in. We'll send you an email,
Yeah, I'm sure you're waiting for that.
Yeah, okay.
So, there are so many big-hearted people, particularly in the Broadway world, but I know you're involved with a charitable organization that probably still has you lacking sleep. But tell everyone about that.
I did. I'm still recovering. Last week, there was a huge event in New York City called the Broadway Sleep Out for Covenant House. Covenant House, New York. And Covenant House is an organization that serves homeless teenagers. And they have a place to stay, and critical care at first, and then helping them get on their feet, helping them heal, helping them get healthy, and then helping them really to find a job, housing, graduate from high school, whatever it is they need.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing organization. What they do for these kids who really are people that get forgotten.
Yeah. We've been there with Holiday Express. And we're going back again this year, actually. This is the first time in a bunch of years. Being honest about it, they didn't like us very much because, we come in doing, happy and not that song, but and these were people really in critical times in their lives, and many of them, obviously battling substance abuse issues and all the rest of it. And the last thing needed was us knocking down the door. I'd like to think now that we're more sensitive to what's actually going on there. And the man who runs it, of course, is a mutual friend.
A mutual friend. We just found that out last week at the Sleep Out.
Yeah.
I mentioned to my dear friend Kevin Ryan, who is the head of Covenant House International, that I was coming down here to talk to Tim McLoone and to do a show at McLoone's. And he said, Tim McLoone? I know Tim McLoone.
I
go there
coach
all
his
the time.
daughter in track.
Yes,
Of course you
coach his
do.
daughter. I think his son works here.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
right? Yeah.
We fired him for stealing, but he.
Well,
no.
you know.
No. Listen, Rita Harvey, thank you so much for being here.